How's it going, everybody? Let's get what's up. We're here. That was a lot of sentences. That was a lot. Well, let's say sentences. A lot of messages. I knew what you were gonna say. Like 4 messages in. So we're here. We're here. I put my stream schedule in the Discord that I was gonna be streaming like 3 or 4 nights a week right now. I did mention that like a month ago. So, like a whole month ago. Brad, what's up? How's it going? Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Bryn was second one in here tonight. Look how fast Bryn was tonight. Hey, appreciate it, Bryn. Appreciate the support. That's a pretty cool one. I haven't seen that one before. Party blowers. Appreciate it, Bryn. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Good to have you back. I feel like I haven't seen you in like a month. It's not the. I don't have control over it here, and we don't stream at Barbells currently, so I don't have any control over the music here. Hopefully, it'll change up a little bit. The last song wasn't terrible. Well, there wasn't like a bad like vibe. I don't really know the song that well, but this is definitely not it for sure. So we did stream. We streamed end of last week, all the way through the end of last week. But other than Saturday, we're going to be streaming Friday, tonight, obviously Thursday night, Friday night, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We'll be streaming all of those days. So maybe next Thursday as well. So we have a lot of streams coming through. What's up, Jamal? So we've got a busy week of streaming next week. I've got some extra time on my hands, it seems, for the moment. Yeah, I tried, I think, what was it? I tried to do an 8:30 the other night. I try and get one late one in every week, because I know some people can't make it super early. So, but the problem is that, so I found a solution. This gym is a solution to a late night stream, so it's 24 hours. So this is an official streaming spot for me at the moment. But the other gym we've been streaming from, One Life, they close at 10, is why we've been streaming early. I'm going to the state championship. Jamal is going to regionals. So probably about 180 at the moment. Probably about 180 at the moment. I'll weigh in maybe tonight towards the end of the stream, but about 180. We're gonna add some more weight to this bar though, guys. We're gonna use these plates here. I don't see another one of those ones. We swap it. Still 45s, and just, I don't have another one of these ones that's available without moving a bunch of stuff. You know how this gym is, a lot of different plates. They're all 45s, they just look different. Yeah, I saw actually an email about Soda Town next year as well. They got a lot of cool stuff. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there at the showdown. 100% gonna be there. I got the email about it. All right, let's grab this 315 real quick. 30, look at that, you're almost there, Brandon. Quadruplets, congratulations, quadruplets. Who would have guessed it? All right, let me get some milk and then we'll grab this 315. What's up, Bobby? They're very real weights, very real weights. Welcome to the stream, Martin Springer. My weights are confirmed, Martin, so I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I already proved it to the people that matter, the ones that judge and put official things on record. It's all right. They don't sound foam either, that's the crazy part. Ugh. Let's add some more weight to the bar. It's always the foam. Paper mache, guys. If you're gonna make fake weights, paper mache is the. I plan on doing it before the beginning of next year. We got sick, Jamal. I think I told you. I've been sick 3 times in the past 2 months because of the kids getting sick at school. So that put a hamper on a lot of things. But I didn't lose any bench power really. It doesn't seem. Our recovery's full-fledged at the moment, so. Mossberg! What's up? Yeah, I got sick 3 times in the past 2 months. One of them being, I think, the flu. So. But we're good. I imagine I've had every illness that can be thrown at me through the end of the year, so we should be good. Hopefully that means we're solid. Hopefully that means we're solid. All right. Let's grab this real quick. 325. Woo-wee! Let's go. My voice is back. Oh, let me fix something real quick. That's not what we're doing in here, twins. I'll put you on a timeout. I need you to be a little more respectful than that, twins. I'm gonna be honest with you. All right. How many cheat meals do I eat a day? I don't have cheat meals. I have high calorie meals, but not like cheat meals. So they don't have rain in Canada. Snow only. Snow only. I'm pretty sure Canada has 3 seasons. Snow, less snow, and then the maple syrup growing season. Pretty sure those are their 3 seasons. Regular meals, four regular meals approximately. That's not always the case, but like 4 actual sit-down foods. And then like protein, carbohydrate snacks throughout the day. But 4 times I sit down and eat. So, Mossberg, so I am considering, all right, and I understand the joke is Canadian maple syrup, right? But I actually am considering adding maple syrup, pure, no added sugar, pure maple syrup to my pre-workout carbohydrate list, where I'm debating this currently. So, all jokes aside, it legitimately might be being added to my list of things I take as a pre-workout carb. Not in replacement, but side by side with like my honey, right? So I enjoy the cold weather personally, so I'm super stoked for the cold weather to be hitting. That's solid. So mind you, Jamal, what I classify as a meal is something I sit down to eat. I eat like, outside of my meals, I still have like 1.5 gallons of whole milk. So if I wasn't doing like that 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons of whole milk every day, I probably would have an additional meal or two. So the 5 to 6 is pretty solid. I have a benching tips playlist, or like a workout tips playlist on my channel. It's in my Coach Chris playlist. It'll give you some bench tips. One of the best movements to increase your bench is going to be your tricep extensions. And the other one that I really love is weighted dips. So, see, I don't have tree taps that I can work off of. If I did though, straight off the tree, right? I don't have access to that. But I am going to get real. If you guys don't know the difference between syrup, like maple flavored syrup, and real maple syrup, it's night and day. Night and day. So good. Floor press is a top tier movement, yeah, Jamal. A lot of people don't think about floor presses and pin presses. They're so good. I'm not a big block presser. I know a lot of people like block presses for increasing their bench. Not my gig. But floor and pins, love it. We're actually gonna do some dumbbell presses tonight. I plan on doing that after we do our curls. So we're gonna do a drop set. We're not gonna do a ton of bench tonight, and we're gonna go straight over to our dumbbells and play around with some dumbbell weight. So. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people that have success with block press. I don't think block press is a bad movement. Block press is a great movement. It's just, I've never gotten into it. I never saw great results out of block press for me. I didn't use it super often. I've never really used it. Maybe I would see, if I gave it some time, maybe I would see results out of it. Let's hit this last little drop set here, and then we're gonna go do some dumbbell weight, because I've been telling you guys I'm gonna be doing that. I've been telling you guys I'm gonna do dumbbells for a long time, and tonight's gonna be the night I've got time to do them. So we're gonna do dumbbells tonight. So I don't want to use all my energy. Banned Fairlife. It's very odd that they banned Fairlife. We use freedom units here, Brent. Fahrenheit, aren't we? Fahrenheit. Alright. We're going to do two things, guys. We're going to find a place to put our key. Oh, my keys? Not our keys. These are my keys, guys. But we're going to put my keys somewhere. And then we're going to do curls. We're going to do preachers because I like the preacher curl here. It's really nice. And I did cable last night. So I looked into it. There is not a large contingency of vegan powerlifters. There is one vegan strongman that we talked about last stream, but I don't recommend it. I don't recommend vegan as a dietary option in general for health, especially if you're an avid lifter. Especially if you're an avid lifter. If you're lifting routinely, vegan is not going to be the play, I promise. It's just not. And they always say, well, you know, there's such and such protein in a pound of spinach and a pound of meat. But the proteins aren't complete, you know? So the point doesn't stand. All right. I had an issue at one point actually. So you guys know I'm not shy of arguing on the internet, right? So, and as you guys can probably, I lift a lot, Eric. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are vegan lifters, but that claim to be the strongest vegan, but you know, you're setting the bar low in general. As soon as you set your category as the strongest vegan lifter, the bar isn't super, super high in my opinion. It's good to have you here, Bosberg. It's good to have you here. But yeah, so you guys know I am no stranger to controversy on the internet and arguing with people. At one point I had an issue where I want to say you're not being serious, Eric, because that's just factually incorrect. But I got into Instagram Threads has this tendency, obviously like any other social media platform, to push whatever you I guess you leave your view on for the longest. And I'm a nutritionist. I do nutrition as a job, along with my coaching. And so I read a lot of nutritional content. And I got into a habit of arguing. So Ray, what's up? Happy Thursday. I got into a habit of arguing with vegans on Threads for hours, man. We're doing biceps at the moment, yes. We'll be so we're doing biceps. We'll be doing back, chest, shoulders. We do a full body, 6 days a week. All right. This is 145. I appreciate. I had a feeling you were messing with me, Ari. That's why I didn't dive too deep into it. Never seen Battlestar Galactica either, by the way. What's up, YM? Not that I've seen Mossberg, no. And everybody's here tonight. It's a great day. It's a great day tonight, isn't it? My favorite curl, because just from an enjoyment standpoint, is preacher curl. I like preacher curls. It's just a fun movement. My opinion on it, though, is that easy bar curls, barbell curls are two of your best curl options. Easy bar slightly outweighing barbell curl, in my opinion, with cable curls being a close second. Or sorry, dumbbell hammer curls, close second for me, and standard curls, then cable, and then preacher. But these are all close. Like, preacher is an amazing curl, but you got to add in other curls. I do preacher curls twice a week. Twice a week I do preacher curls. Once a week I do barbell. Once a week I do easy bar. Once a week I do dumbbell. So that should make 5 days a week. And then I usually do cable once a week for 6. All right, we got 165. Let's hit this for a quick set of 7 and then I'll talk some more to you guys. All right. But I haven't been doing a ton of machine work this week. So we're going to be doing a lot of machines today because I wanted to do them at this gym because this gym has some really nice machines. So straight bar is a top tier movement. I like straight bar a lot. But I try and mix it in, you know? All right. Preacher curl is my preacher curl. That's my favorite. That's my favorite curl personally. All right, we're gonna do some dumbbells, guys. We are gonna do a slight incline on the dumbbells because we don't do incline very often. So we don't do incline very often. It's gonna be very slight though, guys. The incline is not gonna be extreme. That should be about good. I'm gonna sit down on it. We'll figure it out in a second. I like that. That'll work. What's up, Eric? Oh yeah, the grind's gonna keep going. All right, we're gonna grab dumbbells. So it has been a while since we've done dumbbell press. We are gonna start low, and we're gonna do a quick set of 7. I'm just gonna get a feel for this bench first. So we're gonna start with like 70, and then we'll figure out what we're actually gonna be working with. I don't know how many sets or singles or doubles, triples we're gonna do, but we're gonna start with 70 and do a few reps. Just warm it up. Something not too heavy. Just some dumbbell presses. I want to do some dumbbell presses tonight. That's why we did a short bench session. Always bench, but we did a short session so we can do some incline dumbbell work just for the giggles. Just some 70s for 7. We're gonna do a triple. We'll go, I don't know what we're gonna do. We already benched tonight, so we're not gonna go like extremely heavy, but we're not gonna stay super light either, so. How heavy do the dumbbells go? Like 150, about $150. So. Most likely. I don't know everybody here, but I would say most likely. That's most likely platinum. It's a possibility. I don't know everybody that's in here, but there's not a lot of people in here either. That is not uncommon. If you're an avid lifter, most public gyms you walk into, you have a good shot at that. If you're in like a specialty gym, not going to be as common, right? There's a couple gyms out here in Columbia that are very specialty, like powerlifting gyms. It's going to be a tough gig walking in there being the strongest guy. But places like this, any commercial gym, you have a high chance. That's the goal, be the strongest person any building you walk into on a daily basis, right? All right, let's grab 85s for a triple. I don't know. I've never tried 150s on the dumbbell. I don't have a spotted that I trust here at the moment. Probably. I'd say probably. I think we've done 125 on street. But I think that was the heaviest that gym went. I'm trying to recall. I think that was one leg. All right, let me grab some dumbbells.
I thought I cut pretty well with the mid. And then started the whole game like October. I put on a little bit of muscle in the first year. And you can see it different. But it's like
Let's go a little heavier. Let's go a little heavier. We're gonna keep climbing. We're gonna keep doing doubles and triples.
oh yeah. I wish I just ate. But I never cut.
100%. As long as you're trying to outdo yourself every day. So, if you're constantly trying to be the strongest person that you know or that exists, there's always going to be someone else claiming slightly more, right? And that's an ongoing battle, and that's a great goal, to be the strongest, right? That's an awesome goal. But your daily goal should just, I want to be slightly better than yesterday, or your weekly goal, or your monthly goal. Am I trying, and am I progressing overall forward in my own personal strength, right? You know, what's up, Grandma Sue? Long time no see. Welcome back. I'm glad you're here. But as long as you're personally progressing, regardless of what everybody else is doing, you know, you're doing well. I eat very clean, yes. Very clean. Honestly, working out started as a health goal for me. So, I mean, strength was was the thing in the eyesight, right? But it originally started out me trying to get healthy to some extent, you know? So, I'm glad you're doing well, Grandma C. All right. So let's grab some more dumbbells. We'll bump it, maybe go 100 somewhere in there. I don't have a spotter, guys, which is this is very awkward. So 5.5 years ish. I was 117 pounds 5.5 years ago. I'm now 180. My bench was 75 pounds, approximately 70 or 75 pounds, and my bench is now 365. Absolutely won't, Mason. You know we're not doing that. I might move this down one more, I'm gonna be honest. That seems too low. We'll do this for the next set. I wanna try this slight incline. All right, let me grab some dumbbells. Mind you, I did that naturally as well. So that's always a factor, right? Those are the 105s. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Ah! It's just a lot of food, Platinum. Just a lot of food. A lot of food and a lot of weights. That's it. I work out 6 days a week. So 100%, Saray. As long as you're doing better than last week, man. It's crazy. It really is. I actually, for those of you that haven't seen it, I have a progress like video on my channel. I don't know if it's a short or it might be a video. Go check my videos. There is a progress video. It's like 3 or 4 months old now, but still stands pretty well. So a lot of milk. You are correct, Cake. Yeah, no gear. I am a completely natural lifter. And that was actually post-surgery. I had my thyroid removed as well. So that's what kicked off my health kick. And then it just compounded. What's up, Daniel? It just compounded from there. Martin's in the house. All right. What are we doing next? Yeah, your arms removed. 75 for 100 would be tough, I feel like. So 75 pounds. I think I tried 115, I think it was, or 120 for a challenge one time, which was my old body weight on bench. And I was able to get like almost 40 reps or something. Maybe more. It might be like, I don't know, it was a lot of reps. Yeah. We did 225 the other day for like almost 20, I think it was. So probably Jamal, yeah. We're about to do rows. We're gonna do rows next. I just wanted to get a little bit of incline dumbbell work because I said I would. So we're gonna do some rows. Let's do some rows, guys. They do have this really cool rower here that we like so much, so we're gonna use that one. I believe it. I believe you'll get about 50 reps, Bryn. We're doing this one today. I did barbell rows yesterday from the floor. So I do this full time. So, all right, well, they say this, I'm a fitness coach full time. We're gonna go 2 plates to warm up, guys. Actually, let's go 3 plates to warm up, guys. Actually, let's go 4 plates to warm up, guys. What y'all think? My favorite row variation is dumbbell. Probably dumbbell. T-bar is a close second. I'm gonna do T-bar a lot though. All right. Yep. Single arm, yeah, single arm. Just put another plate on there. It's a great sound, isn't it? I love it. It's the best. I usually do as well, Jamal. That was just for the giggles, but I kind of had to own it once I put all 4 on there, right? So kind of had to just own it at that point. Can't drop it back, right? What would that look like? Appreciate it, Daniel. Appreciate it. All right, 5 plates. We're gonna hit this for 3 to 7, and then we'll talk about the next movement. So, well, this is the second set. We got 3 sets here. So 3 to 7, and then we'll talk about the next thing. Exactly. No going back. I am gonna go down to my tank top though, because it is warm in here. So I'll be right back. All right, let's get it in. So this feels heavier than 225 on a bar. This feels heavier than 225 on a bar for rows. Does it get lighter up here on this? I'm not sure, honestly. But it is 225. But this feels heavier because you're removing a lot of muscles from the equation compared to like a bar. You're isolating your back a little bit more and your biceps. So, Yeah. It is very concentrated, yes. All right, let's do a drop set. Let's go back to 4 plates. Hit a set of 7. Usually we do like 5 sets here, but we jump to 4 plates for the giggles. So we're gonna go ahead and drop it back down to 4 plates, do another set of 7. We'll probably throw in another pull movement tonight just to make up for the lost sets. But no biggie. And then we get to do my favorite. We're doing a lot of tricep extensions tonight. We're probably gonna do 5 sets of tricep extensions tonight after this. And then we've got shoulders. How did we end up on that? Because we added an extra push movement, that's why. I was like, how do we end up with 2 push movements to finish off the night? Because we've got triceps and shoulders. But it's because we added in bench or dumbbell incline. You'll usually do 2 pushes on benches. So, all right. Yep. Yeah. Full body every day. Yep, Burn is on the money. Burn is on the money. Full body every day. Full body. The likes help a lot. They do. Appreciate you, Martin. Woo. All right. Let's grab, let's do some triceps like we said. Do triceps next. We already got the ropes over here. Ooh. We already got. All right. Let's get the shot right. There. That should work. All right. Full body works, it does, Brent. It's intelligent moves by him. Intelligent moves by him. I agree with his mindset. I'm not a big work to failure kind of guy. I don't like to fail. We're winners here. No, I have sets of 7 as the heaviest or longest set. Most reps per set I normally do is 7. There is an occasion we go over that for challenges and stuff, but my actual working sets don't go over 7.
But everything here is strength-based, Edgar. It's a powerlifting channel. So it's a lot of shorter sets, a lot of singles, doubles, triples. We do a full body. So you'll see me moving around the gym a lot, but mind you, we're getting a lot done in that time frame. We're working most muscle groups 2 to 3 times each. And I do it 6 days a week. So, what's up, Chad? Yeah, we got the beard shaved down. We got the mustache though. That's always the plan, right, Chad? Always the plan. We hit some kind of PR the other week. I forget what it was. What was it, guys? Do you guys remember what the PR was? There was a PR we hit the other week. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't like a it was the chest machine, the plate loaded one. We've been playing around with that. Not anything super impressive. It was just another plate or another 20 or 30 pounds on the chest press on the plate loaded one. So nothing super important, but it was fun to see some extra weight get added onto something in general. Always fun regardless of what it is. And things were getting stronger, you know? I'm glad I can motivate, Chad. I'm glad I can motivate. All right. Triceps looking nice. I'm glad I can inspire, Edgar. I'm glad I can inspire. The elbows, you always get that. Look, I've got to have proper lighting. I am way too pale not to have proper lighting. It's like sour cream on rice, all right? So, like I said, guys, I've been in the sun a lot. You can see, it's kind of hard, there you go. You can see the changeover where my sleeve, because my sleeves don't come up down over my bicep very much on my shirts very often, almost ever. So, which is a great problem to have. I'm not complaining. But you can see right here where the sleeve decides to stay and the rest of this is getting good sun. So now I've just got to sit out in the sun for a few weeks with my shoulders out. My neck is the worst of it though. Look at this. Hold on, let me see if I can get. You can see where that V comes down there. So, but yeah, I'm very, need the right lighting, Yes, 100%. I only mansplain, Bryn, all right? I only mansplain, all right? That's just natural for me, okay? It's just how my brain operates. Full of water. I drink water. You're not incorrect. Drinking water is really good for you. Spring water. I drink spring water. It's really good. But I would say I drink less water than most people think, probably. A lot. I take in a lot of sodium. It's significant. I don't know the number. It's probably measured in kilos. No, I do take in a lot of salt. I don't know the amount. but I do take in a lot of salt, a lot of sodium. Take a lot of sodium in, but my water intake is about 2 liters a day. I take in about 2 liters of water a day. Not quite as much as most people would think, but that's about right for me, is about 2 liters. Give or take. 2 liters is about the top end of my water intake. So. But I have been known to add salt to my yogurt. I've added salt to honey. I've added salt to my protein shakes. I definitely take care to make sure I'm getting enough sodium. So, how many sets have I done here, guys? Coffee counts as water intake, Bryn, and so does milk, all right? Counts as hydration. There's water in milk and there's water in coffee. I also count my pre-workout. If we're counting milk on a real note, I'm super hydrated all the time. Which milk is hydrated, by the way. I appreciate it, drummer.
Life's on you. Music's on us.
Whole milk is a minimum 3%, but typically 4% milk fat. I can't really give any weight loss tips that like over the stream that easily. I need to know a lot more information. I have some coaching videos on my channel if you want to take a look at those though. Go to the Coach Chris playlist. You're gonna get your best information from there. All right, shoulders. We're doing some machine shoulders today. I did barbell yesterday, standing barbell yesterday. So we're doing machine today. All right. So machine shoulders, you guys know what that means. We're right here. I really like this machine shoulder press. One of the reasons we're in here tonight, not only so we can get it in late, but also because I wanted to use the machines they had here. I'll be back doing free weights tomorrow so I can do it from One Life. But these machines I really like here. So we're gonna hit this. Start with a plate. 100% refraining from that pec tear. Well, now, so I'm gonna do my lift sprint, and then your goal tomorrow is just to outlift me for one. All right. So I'm gonna go as heavy as I can, and then it's on you. All right, and then it's on you from there, Bryn. Since we both have similar access to this machine, I feel like that's a fair challenge. Hammer strength makes a great machine, it does. I've never had any issues at a hammer strength machine, personally. I don't know that I'd call them the best machines, but they're good. Some of their machines like this one are amazing. But I did have a lot of fun with those machines at the original gym. The equipment they had there was top tier machine-wise. So I was very happy with their machines. I'm doing well. How are you doing? This is called Fitness Zone. All right. Yeah. Oh, all right, let's add some more weight. It is 24/7, yes. 24/7, Jim. Oh yeah, different beast, right? A lot of people don't recognize the dead stop is significantly significantly harder than than one that has momentum. Momentum helps, but dead stops are good to train once in a while. Goal tonight, a lot. A lot. No idea, Oak. No idea, honestly. I appreciate the compliment, though.
It's a good vibe to have, right?
It's a good vibe to have. All right. Let's grab some more weight. Let me find some weight, guys. We're going to use these plates because they're slightly thinner than the other ones, but they're 25s. So, but I need them to fit. I need them to fit. There we go. Just barely. Just barely. Hey, I appreciate it, Brent. Appreciate the support. It helps a lot. It really does. It really does. My IQ is higher than my bench max. I don't know. I don't know. My PR on the bench is 300. What's a high IQ? What would be considered high IQ? I've never tested my IQ. 365 is my bench PR. So we'll go 370. Is that a high? That would be considered high? I've never tested it. I don't pay any attention to that. My name is Chris. So my IQ is through the roof then, according to that guy. I'm a super genius. I'm that guy. Look, if you have a 365 bench in it, it sounds like a 370 IQ. It's game on, right? What's up, Simon? According to this guy, I've got a 370 IQ. So, what was his name? Hold on. I don't like going to failure. Wes. Wes says my IQ is 370, which is a great compliment. It's got to be the glasses, right? It's the glasses. That's what does it. Nice, Mark. 100-pound barbell is solid work. You'll get there. I'm just telling you what the guy said, Tabitha. I'm just telling you what he said. His words, not mine. Heavyweight builds muscle as well. Heavyweight builds muscle as well. So you can stimulate muscle growth with heavyweight, lower repetition ranges, but you can also do it through high intensity and longer rep sets. It just depends on what type of muscle you're trying to build. I'd rather be strong and large, and maybe you're going to build aesthetic. Like, people think if you do it powerlifting style, you're not going to be aesthetic. The aesthetic comes from your diet. So, I'm married, so yes, I would imagine I've gotten pretty good over that over the last decade and a half. It's a very interesting way of saying that, Nav. I lift weights. That's what I do here. So, how much do you need to bench to get a girlfriend? 315. 315. That's the minimum, 315. No, I mean honestly, guys, if you're using the weights to 405, that's a high bar to set for somebody that's not yourself. So 405 is crazy work. All right, I'm going back to my weights. Guys, if you're in the gym for anybody but yourself, you're not going to do well. All right, go to the gym, lift to impress yourself, lift till you feel you've achieved something, right? And then continue to do so. If you do that, the rest will come along with it. The rest will come along with it. Because it doesn't matter if you're benching 500, 800, 300, 200. If your confidence is trash, you're not going to attract, a girlfriend or boyfriend, a wife, a husband. If your confidence is trash, you're going to suffer in that category. Confidence sounds corny, but confidence is what does it really. You're not going to bench your way to a spouse, right? I mean, it's possible, I guess, but most likely not going to happen. You have to exude at least a minimum level of confidence, generally, right? So that's the key. Women like confidence. They do. If you're not confident, it's going to be tough. I don't care if you're benching 100 pounds. If you confidently bench 100 pounds, you're going to have a better time than the person that benches 225, but it doesn't exude confidence. So that's the truth of it all. All right. And confidence can be a learned trait. It's not always a learned trait, but it can be a learned trait. All right, let's grab this. Go! One more. Yep. So they go hand in hand, Bryn. So respect to yourself, self-respect and respect to others generally also is preceded or in some form or fashion related to the confidence aspect of everything. If you're confident, most confident people that I know, and confidence and being cocky are two different things, right? So confidence tends to lead people to better interactions as far as general respect, self-respect, and respecting others, because they don't have as much to prove. Because when you're confident, you're not constantly trying to prove things to people. You just, it's a hard concept to explain. Confidence isn't proving everything to everybody. It's just being, it's a state of being. There's not really a way to explain it. It's just knowing that. Hold on 1 second, guys. Boom, fixed it. All right, we're fixed. I'm back. All right, we've got rear delt fly. Do I get more attention now that I'm jacked? I don't pay it much attention, I'm gonna be honest. I would say the answer is yes, Simon. It's hard to say because I don't. Yeah, exactly, Brent. It's hard to say because I don't reciprocate it. But I do notice an uptick. Yes, I do notice an uptick. But I'm married, so it's not something that I really pay much attention to. But I would say that you're going to have a net increase of that. Of course, the thing that plays off the back of that, whether or not it actually makes a difference, is whether or not your confidence level is there. So, Very rarely, Z. Very rarely do I do weighted pull-ups. I'm not a big calisthenics guy. I'm pretty good at calisthenics, but I'm not a big calisthenics guy. We do have to start training him again, though. But I don't know, that's not something I have to deal with very much. It's not something I have to deal with much, obviously. I don't pay much attention to it. Well, we're gonna do 7 more. We set to 7 on everything, Z. That was just our warm-up set. It works, Z. It's a working strategy. Mind you, I do this 6 days a week, so I do a full body workout 6 days a week. So it's volume over those 6 days, not all the volume stuffed into one day. Does that make sense? Britt does preference strong. I feel like most women preference strong. And even then, it's like not even necessarily an aesthetic. It's physically strong, is what I've gathered. Mostly is the key. So it does. So my wife Brittany we've been together since we were 15 years old, right? So she was there when I weighed 110, 117 pounds until I was 25 years old. I was in that weight, around that weight, right? So she was there when I was very small. And she has obviously still there. So she's there when I'm large, and strong. So she's experienced both sides of my physique. So, both sides of the physique she's been there to experience. And I will say that it does seem to me that she preferences larger and stronger Chris. But at no point when I was smaller and not as strong did she ever make me feel like that was an issue. Does that make sense? So it was never something I felt like I had to do. And honestly, if it was up to her, she'd probably cut my gym visits back. So she'd probably have me going 4 days a week. But, so that's the key, right? That's the key. But I've never felt like I needed to work out for that reason. It just kind of came with the territory. Does that make sense? I am natty. I'm natty. I don't participate in the gear. Ugh. I was never in prison. I was actually a prison guard for a little while, but I was never in prison. But I did work as a prison guard for a period of time. All right. I never said I was in prison. That's never. I've never said that. Promise. Best weighted pull-up program. I don't have one that I would say is my go-to weighted pull. I've never done a weighted pull-up program. I just throw them in once in a blue moon for the giggles. All right. All right, we've got some squats to do, guys. We're gonna, they've got the hack squat here. We should use the hack squat today. Barbell compound Z every time. Calisthenics, I would say, are B tier as far as overall strength. B tier is a good tier, though. I wasn't ignoring Mark. Has Mark spoke directly to me yet? Mark hasn't said anything directly to me yet, all right? How's it going, Mark? How are you feeling today? All 13 and a half inches of your arm, how is it feeling? Yes, you gotta say hi first, Mark. That's just how it works here. Well, so here's the thing, Mark. Your opening was immediately looking for female viewers. I don't qualify in that category, so it would be very difficult, Z.
225, if that's your actual PR, if you are tapped out at 225 currently, in 3 months to go to 315, you're looking at a very, very tall order. That would be an elite level increase, probably close to a record, if not a record in real bench press increase over the course of 3 months. Even if you were using performance enhancers, that would still be a tall order. So I don't recommend performance enhancers, no PEDs, right? But also, if you manage to do that, more than likely your PR wasn't 220, or your perceived max was not actually what your PR was. Your perceived max is probably high, or your actual max was probably higher, right? So your max was probably closer to like 290 at that point, and you just didn't know it. It would be, if you did that, that would be impressive. That would be very impressive. I don't know if anybody's ever made that jump in that period of time. All right.
Oh, Tommy Cat's back. Tommy Cat, it is ideal, Tommy Cat, it is ideal. So, I'm still waiting on any of your lifts to be true. You did a lot of lying. You did a... Tommy Cat has a channel you guys can go and look. And find your, he had videos up last I looked when we were having the discussion the last time. Tommy Cat, nothing screams the lifts that you're claiming. So, Mark, what are we talking about, Mark? You talking about those 45-pound dumbbells? How you been, Jarl? How you been? Welcome back, Jarl. It's good to have you here. On a better note. Always good to have Jarl here. 85 kilo. Tommy Cat, you're just inherently wrong. I'm gonna go ahead and just give you a little bit of the boot real quick. Here you go, Tommy Cat. You get a 60-second timeout, Tommy Cat. When you come back, I want you to be a better person. I want you to be a better person and not give bad advice. That would also be top tier. If I wanted to go backwards in my list, Tommy Cat, I would go and follow your advice. But I've seen your videos. I mean, I'm not going to continue it. He's muted for 60 seconds. I've seen your videos, Tommy. I've seen your videos. I can't say that I was stoked for your advice. All right. If When's the last time I had a Diet Coke? I didn't like Diet Coke when I was drinking soda. How many push-ups can I do in one set? A lot. I don't know. It's a lot of excuses, Tommy. It's a lot of excuses. You don't have a single video outside of that. I don't know what to tell you, man. You said you're like 35 and you haven't powerlifted in 12 years. You're like, what were you, 30? You're living in the past. I don't believe it's true to begin with, but you're living in the past. And the numbers you were claiming put you in like the top of your weight class as well, with no proof. It's disingenuous, Tommy. It's disingenuous. Yes, you can bulk and cut for strength. You can just bulk as well. So you can just bulk. If you want to get strong, you can just bulk, but cutting does help you maintain that physique. Bodybuilding is more of a physique thing, whereas Bulgarian works. It's proven. But we're just gonna put Tommy Cat in a longer timeout because he doesn't know what to do with himself. All right. So, but yeah, so you can bulk and cut if you're looking to keep that physique. I haven't, Mark. We did when we got sick. I think we talked about that last time. I got sick 3 times back to back, but we didn't lose a lot of body weight. It's just the tank top. I'm not familiar, Z. I don't know who Small Love Jr. is, to be honest. I might know the techniques. He might be similar to what I'm doing. I don't know. I don't follow lifters very often. I don't follow a lot of lifters outside of some big names that are fun to watch. I lift for my own purposes, and I lift because I compete in powerlifting. Those are what I do. So singles 6 days a week for every lift. You know what? I have heard of that. I didn't know that's who was doing it. I like heavy singles. I'm a big fan of heavy singles. You will slowly get stronger. You might get... I've never tested it. I can't say that it doesn't work. The concept is sound, for sure. I do heavy singles 6 days a week, but I have other lifts involved as well. So PB&J's for the win, 100%. So my method is full body, 6 days a week, push, pull, and legs, right? And I do sets of 7 to warm up and as my drop sets at anywhere between 40 and 70%. And then let's say 40 and 60%, 65% of my 1 rep max. And then I do singles, doubles, and triples to about 90%, right? So, and I do that 6 days a week. I'm not familiar with the term spider physique. Your physique is going to be mostly based around what you eat while you're powerlifting. Because you're going to put on muscle. Your food is what is going to be the big difference. But I don't do cuts very often. So, all right. Did we do this set yet? We got to add weight. Did we do this set yet? That depends on what you specialize in, Z. It depends on what you specialize in. Some people are bench specialists, their chests are larger. Some people are chest and shoulders will be larger, their upper torso will be larger. Some people are squat and deadlift specialists, and it's like a lot of the time they'll have wide backs or their legs will be large, you know? No, Mike, 6 days a week isn't heavily overtraining. It's not uncommon to do 6 day a week training. Mark, we're not doing a physique show right now. We might do one though. It'd be a good time to do it this week. So it would be a good time to do it. I might do one separate because I can't do one here, but. All right. But yeah, 6 days a week is not inherently overtraining, no. I met my wife while I was a teenager. We've been together for since we're 15 years old. Ugh. I just said hello, and it worked from there, you know. Generally, that's the starting point of saying hello. All right. Me, Mark. No, I'm correct, Mike. It's okay. It's okay to be wrong. I've done very well by it. 5.5 years. 5.5 years doing very well. So. Yeah, so it's all about how you guys, when it comes to training, it's all how you condition your body, right? If your body is conditioned to work out 3 times a week over the course of 10 years, you're gonna get more apt to that. Your body is gonna react, gonna get used to that. It's going to build on that, right? If you're doing it 6 days a week over the course of 10 years, your body is going to adapt to that, right? There are people that do physical labor jobs 7 days a week and also still train, and they're not overtrained. They're still making progress. It is all about how you train, right? Consistently over periods of time, right? So if you want to adapt your body to a 6 day a week training program, you may need to start at 4 and then add 5 and then add 6. And your volume may need to be lower. It might increase over time, but your volume probably is gonna start lower while you adapt to it. There's also some genetics in how well you sleep and how well you eat. Those are also factors. So the idea that our bodies are incapable of rebuilding muscle over the course of 24 hours is not sound. It's not real. That is something that is mostly bro science at this point, and I'm a big fan of bro science. Some of it's very good, but your body is constantly healing. And if you're constantly breaking down and healing, you're like, well, you're not getting the maximal right? But you're getting great strength gains as well, right? I would say your strength gains are going to be optimal for a lot of people depending on how well you eat and sleep. It just depends. If you want to do bodybuilding and you want to work to failure, you may need a 4 day a week schedule, right? Because you need more time to heal because you're completely exhausted, right? Your muscles are sore. But when you're training volume throughout 6 days or throughout the week and you're not doing 400 reps of something, right? Every time you work out a muscle group and instead you're doing 40 or 30 or 20 6 days a week, it's a different aspect. I'm certified in this. This is what I do for a living. Strength trainer. I'm a competitive power lifter, multiple first place finishes, several first place finishes, like 8 of them. And over the course of 5.5 years, it increased my bench by almost 300 pounds with no extracurricular supplements. I take creatine and pre-workout, that's it. So I've put on almost like 70 pounds of body weight, 65 pounds of body weight over 5.5 years. Lean body mass, by the way, and increased my bench almost 300 pounds at the same time. So I have a double body weight bench. Mike. What I'm doing is working. Your information's outdated. I don't know what to tell you. So, but I'm gonna hit this set.
Wow.
Muscle mass will increase the amount of calories you burn naturally, yes. Very much so. So the more muscle you carry, the more calories your body needs to maintain that muscle mass. So your residual calorie, your base metabolic rate increases with increased muscle mass. For strength, decrease reps, increase weight is my go-to. So that's what I do. It depends on your goal, Harry. That's really all it is. If you're bodybuilding, some people like that 12 range. Some people like to go heavier than that on the volume side, like go 15, 20 to failure, whatever it is. So it just depends on your goals, honestly. I've trained both sides of things. I've trained powerlifters and put powerlifters on the platform. And I've had one bodybuilder that I put on stage, but I've trained multiple. Mike, you're just inherently wrong. So. If you're looking for aesthetics, your higher rep ranges, while you're bulking, can be super beneficial. I'm not a big fan of training to failure because your recovery times are going to be a lot longer. So here's the thing about recovery, guys. Mike, the real answer, Mike, right, is do what works for you. Okay. My bench is my goal. My deadlift and my squat, my lifts are my goal. I'm a professional power lifter. I power lift. That's what I do. I lift heavy objects. I compete 3-4 times a year. I get paid to lift things. It's different for everybody. When you feel that your body is fully recovered and you're ready to lift again, you can lift again. It's learn to listen to your body, you know? Learn to listen to your body. So if you're still sore 48 hours out from your workout, maybe it's not time for you to work out again. Maybe it's not something you want to do. You'll know if your body says don't do it, then don't do it. But that's completely dependent on your training, your conditioning, and your genetics. Whole milk. But I will say that the progression that I've made over the time that I've had to make it so far would be. This isn't me trying to like hype myself up. This is purely to answer your assertion, right? It would be considered exceptional growth over that period of time. That's not saying that, you know, I'm better than everybody, right? It's just that if you told anybody that in the fitness industry that a person made this progression in this amount of time, it's considered an exceptional amount of growth. It's a very quick growth pattern. Exactly. If you train, right? I appreciate it, Dr. Fate. Yeah, if you train, you know, to failure every time you work out, you're going to need longer. So there are some workouts that 48 hours, maybe even 72 hours, could be beneficial. Do a 225 week only bench that. I like my heavy sets. The most we've ever done for 225, I think, is like 20 something reps. I think we did 18 the other day on stream though. Yeah, it's two different types of muscle growth. When it comes to enhanced muscle growth and natural muscle growth, you've got two different types of conditioning involved as well. Also, people on gear heal faster, but they also injure quicker as well. So their rest times are based around the fact that they may want to be more careful about letting everything heal to 110% because their risk of injury is higher when they're enhanced. So I have never had any significant injuries. Never had any significant injuries. I've had a tweak here and there. Everybody's gonna get a tweak when you lift things, whether it be in the gym or at work or in your home. You're gonna tweak something over your course of your life, right? But never any significant injuries. Nothing that's ever taken me out for more than a day. So. But yeah, and it's one of those things that you learn it as you progress through. And there's a lot of old science out there that they're not useless, Mike. 99% of the lifts you do from a functional standpoint are generally going to be explosive lifts. Explosives are going to be something that helps that along at a minimum. And for powerlifting, explosiveness is the bread and butter. Powerlifting or strength sport, explosiveness is the bread and butter. If you're doing bodybuilding, maybe, but even then, explosive is still useful. So, if you're a bodybuilder, great on you. Have fun with it. I mean, to each their own. That's just not my sport. Bodybuilding isn't my gig. I like powerlifting. I think powerlifting is the sport that I'll be doing for a very long time. I don't ever plan on stopping. No, I think I'm gonna be okay, Mike. You're projecting a lot here, Mike. I'm gonna be honest. It's okay, Mike. If you want to be a bodybuilder, be a bodybuilder. No one's stopping you, I promise. I take creatine and pre-workout. That's it. I take 15 grams of creatine monohydrate on average daily, including the 5 grams from between 15 and 20 grams of creatine a day. Monohydrate, just pure monohydrate. And then I take a pre-workout. I take a clean pre-workout. Your joints do, yes. So Dr. Fate, there's some things that some people you're just not going to get points across to, and I think Mike's going to be one of them. Depends on your muscle mass, Dr. Fate. So 5 grams is the recommended generally for most people. You are correct. But it just depends on your physiology. And the likelihood that I'm overtaking creatine by a few grams is high, right? I'm probably taking in 3 to 4 grams too much, right? It's a possibility, maybe I'm not. But if I am, it's not really an issue, right? I mean, it costs money, but it costs dollars, but it's not hurting me. It's just like taking a vitamin that you didn't necessarily need. You just end up excreting it generally. So. So it's one of those things, like, I'm not super concerned about the extra cost of the wasted creatine if, because most of it is getting used for sure, if not all of it, and I may even be able to do more. So creatine is one of those things, once you drop it in the cup, go ahead and stir it, and you're just, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I dry scoop my creatine, but if you're taking it in a liquid, which is how you're supposed to do it, just mix it up. It's never gonna dissolve completely. Yes, so this is my stat, guys. So I think what Extreme is saying is if you're going to start creatine, anybody that's taking creatine, especially for the first time, follow the instructions. This is my stack. This is what I do, okay? This is what I do. You have to be appropriately hydrated. You do not have to overhydrate on creatine. The reason why people get dehydrated on creatine typically is because they're already not hydrating enough and then they add creatine, right? So you should just be normally normally well hydrated. So I drink a minimum of 2 liters of water a day. So we're good, Mike. Promise. We're good, Mike. I promise. What's up, Banks? But it's one of those things like you need to follow what's on the jar, and then if you decide in the future to change something, that's on you, and that decision can only be made by you because it's what you're putting in your body, right? Like there's a lot of supplements that people take that I don't take, and some of them are useful, right? Some of them are useful and natural and normal and are fine. I just don't take them because I don't see a necessity in my program for them. So I don't know, Mike, 5.5 years running, I have no injuries lifting in the style that I lift. I'm 30 years old, Mike. I'm 30 years old. So yeah, be careful about dry scooping. Number one, if you don't do it properly, you'll end up choking on the scoop. And if you've never experienced the cinnamon challenge, that's a good way to figure out what it's all about. It's terrible. Don't do it. You don't want to inhale creatine. It's not ideal. Dry scooping is not recommended. It's just what I do personally. So static holds do have benefit. Static holds are really beneficial, but it's not something I implement very often. But you can definitely help your muscles recruit or practice recruiting those muscle fibers the proper way, or not proper way. What's the way to, I can't word this properly right now. My brain's fried. It's late. You can use static holds to prepare your body for that weight. It's more of a mental thing, but there is some physical advantages to doing that, right? When your body hasn't felt a weight like that, right, it can be not only a mentally taxing thing, but even if your body's capable of doing it, it may take a few attempts at it for your body to get comfortable and for you to push through like you normally would. So getting a feel for that weight can be beneficial. Does that make sense? Also, don't forget that when your muscles are under stress, regardless if it's a static hold or if it's during an active movement, you are taxing that muscle mechanically still. It's not to the same extent and not in the same way, but you are building muscle. If you think about a farmer's carry, right? Your farmer's carry, you're just gripping something typically, like say a kettlebell, right? And your arms are down by the side. Your arms really aren't doing anything beyond that, but I can tell you right now, farmer's carry is great at building forearms and it's great at building grip strength. That's because it is still building muscle. It is still using muscle. It's just not a active like compound style movement. Now there are muscles that are doing compound movement with farmer's carries, but it's just the way I'm explaining it. But farmer's carries, your arms aren't actively moving other than that little bit of sway, right? So it's great for building strength, but it's not something that you're actively moving, right? So does that make sense? Did I make that make sense? I might have said it weird. Eric, I'm gonna be honest. So there is mixed science on that. There's mixed science on that, Eric. So on a real note, the science behind that, because I have looked into it, right? You have a initial spike whenever you're doing that in testosterone, right? And then you have a momentary, I'm talking about minutes to an hour, right, of a dip. And then it spikes back up. It's a very short window. But mind you, you're probably going to need to eat and replenish the blood sugar. Your get some carbohydrates in your system. You know, your glycogen is probably going to be low. So you're going to need to refuel, but the effect is negligible. Dairy and meat for me. I'm not a big fan of plant-based diets. I don't know how they did the study, Eric, but I know they did one. You'll probably perform worse if you don't eat properly afterwards, yes. If you're not eating properly after, but that's any physical activity. I don't care if you're playing badminton. Any physical activity, if you don't eat appropriately after said physical activity, you're going to have reduced performance in the gym. So, because every time you move a muscle, every time you activate or move a muscle, you're using some form of calorie, glycogen is decreasing, you're increasing lactic acid, all that stuff. I don't smoke, Bogo. So, I don't smoke, I don't drink. Gorillas, that's fine. So our bodies are different than gorillas' bodies. The way that we process nutrients and proteins is different than gorillas. Different than giraffes. Lions eat meat. They don't eat vegetables. They build muscle. And here's the thing is that an herbivore, something that is strictly herbivore, genetically predispositioned to being an herbivore, is potentially going to have, or is generally going to have a better system for getting all of the different protein building blocks out of their vegetables, out of their greens, out of their leaves, where they're plants. Whereas a human is an omnivorous being, right? So we get a mixture of things. Meats are going to be our best source of proteins. Also, our bodies don't synthesize their proteins the same. There's certain proteins that our bodies aren't capable of producing themselves from other things. That's where your 9 essential amino acids come from. Whereas not all animals have that problem, right? The science is up in the air. There may be 8, but generally 9 is the accepted number. So there is intricacies to that. So if you're a human being and you're not a gorilla, get your meat proteins, get your dairies, as long as you're not allergic, right? If you like greens, eat your greens. If you like fruit, eat your fruit. Don't get scurvy, So I've never had any inflammation associated. I drink 1.5 gallons of milk a day, Corey. It just is very dependent on you and your biology. Some people process milk and dairy products better than others. So, but guys, it is time. I didn't say they don't have to eat meat. I don't know much about gorillas, Guillermo, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a gorilla expert. I know that it would take at least 3 gorillas to beat me in a boxing match. But it's time for me to end the stream, guys. I'm gonna head to the house and enjoy the rest of my night. Hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what time yet. But all right, you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys later. Appreciate y'all being here, as always. And appreciate all the help, guys.